Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Urban World 2014 Urban World Abroad Digital Hangout discussion. We have an incredible group of filmmakers joining us here live, and I'm going to leave it to our host to introduce himself and what we're going to be discussing today.
Hello, thank you very much, Kat, for that introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Bengai Kinabe, and I am here with Liberated People and Urban World to talk to some really cool international filmmakers. If everyone can introduce themselves with the world, have at it. Or not.
My name is Dan. I did a film called God Loves a Fighter. I guess that's why I'm here. I'll be playing this coming Saturday, and I guess we all will be playing something. So, hi, everyone.
It's good to meet you. Maret?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Maret Mandefro. I'm producer of the film Diffret, which we'll be playing this weekend.
Okay, I think I'll go. Oh.
No, Lottie, go ahead.
Me?
Oh, okay. Hi, my name is Lodi. I'm a writer-producer, and I'm hanging out from Johannesburg, South Africa right now. We have a short film called Berea, and it will be playing this Saturday as well.
Cool. Me?
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Pascal Tessot. I come from France, and I have done my first guerrilla film. It's a feature film called Brooklyn. It's a 100% hip-hop film, and we are so proud to be selected at the Urbanworld Film Festival because it's a big homage of the hip-hop culture from New York. So to be part of this competition is so great for us. It's like a dream.
World.
Oh.
I think we have one more person, right?
That's me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Pooja.
Yeah,
I have a short film. I have a short film called Jaya that's playing this weekend, and it's a film that I shot in India, but I'm joining you from Texas today.
All right. From Texas to India and back again.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're here to talk about filmmaking and filmmaking around the world and why we do it and how we do it. I can tell you a little bit about my experiences. Well, shot here and all over the United States. Most recently, shooting in London, which has been an interesting experience, but also not exactly filmmaking because it's a television show, well-funded and so on. As you all know, making an indie movie on an indie budget is a completely different story. How is it around the world to make an indie in France, for example? Oh no, you shot that movie here, right, in Brooklyn?
No, I shot in Saint-Denis. It's a big city upstairs, up to Paris center. It's like the Bronx. You can compare the population and the vibration, and it's not.
Puerto Ricans there too?
Sorry?
I said it's like the Bronx. So do you have a lot of Puerto Ricans there too?
No, it's a lot of. We have 85 nationality in this city. So it's a big melting pot, but a lot of African background, Algerians and Africa, Senegal, and it's the opposite of Paris, in fact.
Well, how do you find shooting there?
I grew up around. I was living there. I was a social worker during years in this place, so I know everybody. I am music documentaries about hip hop. I know everybody in the projects, and we are 4 people from this city to have done this film for free. We didn't have money, and it's a big adventure.
Yeah.
but
Marek,
very
can you
independent.
that sounds like the definition of an independent film, and using the resources, and you're fortunate you shot in an area you knew, you grew up in, so I imagine there were a lot more resources available to you. Marek, can you tell us a little bit about shooting on a budget, where you shot?
Yeah, so we shot the film in about 36 locations all over Ethiopia. So it was very challenging because we shot on 35. Equipment was very heavy, and getting it, when we did our scouting locations, it was before the rainy season, and so some of the pathways had changed, like where we thought we could cross, we could no longer cross because there was water there, etc. So there was a ton of logistical challenges to shooting in Ethiopia. And the other big problem was there are no film labs there. So we had to send a runner for the dailies to India to develop the film and come back, believe it or not. So we shot blind for the first 9 days and just prayed that it was all going to work out. So a true testament to our DP.
It's really one of the things we take for granted.
Yeah. A testament to our DP. I said a true testament to our DP. She was amazing. So she knew what she was doing, but it was a logistical nightmare.
It's wild the things that we take for granted. Even just being able to look at the dailies, look at what we've shot, and how much that helps when it comes to moving forward in a film and being able to and not being able to do that.
Yeah.
So how did you feel? What did you think about what you were getting? If you weren't able to see it to be secure in what you were getting, how were you sure in any way in how to move forward?
Honestly, some of this was just like pure faith and having faith in our DP, like I said, knowing her work before and knowing she knew what she was doing. But there's really nothing you can do on an indie budget, right? I mean, hopefully it works, and we made it work. We planned for 36, and we shot for 34 in 34 days, so we made it in the end. And we had to cut some scenes. Obviously, if you have more money, you can spend more time, but overall, it was just really stressful. I mean, it was stressful, but it got done.
Why did you all decide on film?
So our director, this was a director's decision, Zara Senai, who would love to have been with you today, but he's actually in Ethiopia, in a rural part of Ethiopia with no access to email right now. He was just very adamant that the story, because of the contrasts between old and new, tradition and modernity. There were a lot of like polar oppositions that he thought film would be the best to capture those contrasts in. So he was very adamant about shooting on film. Me as the producer, I was actually fighting him on it a bit, just because money-wise, I was actually trying to stretch our money out, obviously.
Awesome.
But
so what would
I think he's right. He was right, man.
Oh,
Sorry,
really?
what did you say? Yeah, I think in the end he was right. I think in the end he was right.
Okay. So shooting on film costs a lot more, but you get more from it, even with the advancement of digital films digital and the lenses and so on. There's still certain things that you get from film that you can't get from digital. Does anyone want to chime in on that? Maybe not.
Can you repeat the question?
Texas.
Texas.
So what are some of the advantages of shooting on film that you don't get with digital? I know people have had this conversation a lot, but I think unique now because of where in the world you all are shooting, the budget you're shooting on. If you had, I know some of you shot on digital, but if you had the choice, would you shoot your project on film?
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I shot on Super 16.
Okay.
I guess because I like the texture of film a lot better, and when I was looking at digital cameras and things like that, I couldn't find something that would give me the grain, and I know people can add grain and everything afterwards, but that can get expensive. So so I mean, I just decided to shoot on Super 16, and we were able to get sort of a lot of discounts because it's not very common to shoot on that in India. Yeah.
I was gonna add that we shot on the Red. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We shot on the Red, and for us,
yes, we can hear you.
in South Africa, it's no longer conversation because it's just too expensive to shoot on film. So we just go with digital. It makes no sense. It's too much money. We can't afford the lab costs. So for young up-and-coming filmmakers, we're all shooting on the 5D, 7Ds. The Phantoms, we're shooting on the Red. We've moved on. I think the economics dictate for us.
Mm-hmm. You know, one of the reasons why we wanted to bring together our international filmmakers is to talk about ways in which technology can break down some barriers. So it's interesting that the conversation started off with film, and now we can kind of segue over to what advantages you have seen in either the internet, either different digital applications.
Sorry.
No problem. And ways to connect with either other filmmakers, cast members, ways to transfer files so that your sound engineer in a different place can actually like take part of what's going on when you're putting your final post-production together. So let me know how technology has been able to make that assist.
Can I say anything?
Please.
Me, I start shooting shorts in Super 16. So it's a traditional crew, a lot of people, and it's very slow. And after I have done documentaries, I was alone with a sound engineer, and it was so free improvisation, and I wanted to do a feature film, a fiction, with this kind of improvisation on the set. So I decided to make a film with a camera 5D Canon, and so we don't need to be sorry. We don't need to be in the crew like 25 people. We were only 6. So I like this way. It's more instinctive shooting. You're not waiting all the time. So it's a new way to capture reality. I think the new technology closer to documentary style, and this mix between and three. I think it's a revolution in the creation.
Thank you. I think we need you to repeat that last bit about the revelation.
A third of what he said.
Yeah, there seems to be a bit of a delay in us being able to hear what you're saying. There's a little lag. Technology is not working to our advantage at this very moment. But we did hear you say is a revolution. I think we just missed the part right before revolution.
You ask to me?
Yes.
Okay. Because me, I start in the classical cinema in pellicule, I don't know, in 35 millimeters, and the rules, light, it's too slow, too big, and me, I like to improvise my shooting. And with the digital camera 5D, you can go in the street. You don't ask authorization. It's coming back to what I love in the American cinema, like John Cassavetes and Shadows, all these beautiful films in the streets, Mean Streets, Spike Lee. And we doing now this style in France with digital little camera 5D. So it's very fresh and very instinctive style. and we don't have to wait too much with a lot of egos on the on the set. So it's closer to documentary style. So it's opening the window of the fiction, the street, and it's good.
Thank you. Anyone else want to take that question away regarding how technology has broken down barriers for you being able to produce your work or interact with team members?
I think for us, I'll answer that, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to leave in 5 minutes. I have a doctor's appointment. I didn't realize this was going to be going on past 3, so excuse me. But for us, technology helped. We had a very international team. Our editor was in Poland. We did post in LA, and then I got pregnant in the middle of production, and the director is also my husband, so we had to like switch everything around to move post in order to be like in DC for the delivery. So technology was critical. We basically turned our condominium into an editing suite. We flew our editor from like, you know, Poland to live with us to cut the film, and then we're still dealing with sound in LA, and then some of our team in Ethiopia. So without technology and making our production could have just not even worked. So it was actually very, very important, and it's amazing how easy you can pull together a team from all over the world now with all of these tools. It's true. It's incredible.
Thank you. Can I get some feedback from anyone else?
I feel kind of like it's I had a bit of an advantage. I mean, still in New York, shooting some of these indies. There's the infrastructure for it. There are labs. Like if we shot on film, like I shot something that this cool little thing that we did on Super 16. There, and you're right. You can actually get a bunch of it for less expensive price because not many people are using it and they have so much of it. But listening to you all and talking to you all, it sounds like you can pretty much shoot an independent film anywhere if you know what you're getting into. And somebody just showed up with a big beard. Who was that brother? Popped up. I was like, holy snap! Is the NSA watching? You can do it anywhere, which is great. You can make an independent film anywhere. I saw this one film years ago. I highly recommend to all of you if you haven't seen it. It used to be called Make Me Like Spike, but they had to change the name. I think for obvious reasons, but they shot it on their cell phones, and it had a really good story. I think when it comes down to it, it's the story, and many, especially with independent films, many of the many of the directors are writers and so on. How often was that the case with you all, as far as the directors being the writers for your films?
That was the case in mine.
That was the case in mine.
I didn't understand. Writer? Can you repeat
the writer and the
I'll speak. Did you want to repeat it for Pascal? Pascal was saying he didn't understand the question.
Okay, yeah. So Pascal, was the writer and director the same person of your film?
Yes, it's me.
What are you all hoping happens with your films? What do you want to happen in the best case scenario?
Well, my answer for that would be audience. I think I go to these festivals, or at the last festival I was actually met someone that pointed me in the direction of Urbanworld, and I said at the festival, the things the festival is sort of the life of our films, because most of us probably go into making these films and probably don't have extensive P&A budget or marketing funds just laying around for our completion. So the great thing about festival, and I think that ties into even the former question about technology and all those things, I think all of us here are probably all here because we have the know, and we know what once we make films. And the other part, that's the tough part for us. It's the after, it's the post. So getting the idea out, figuring out who out there loves films like this and wants to see it. So, that the festivals and the technology mean for me. It's continuing to find an audience. I'm sure that in Europe, so I would never had I got phoned up, whatever the theater is in Holland, and said, hey, I got a film, I just shot it, I want to play it. I probably wouldn't have had a phone call back. So, I think that festivals just continued life for all of our pieces in hopes of us, finding an audience. Maybe one of us could create a cult classic, who knows?
Just going back to Bang, I don't know if he's still there.
Yeah,
I was a co-writer on our short, and my partner directed it. We're three of us in a company, and for us, it's more of a collaboration. I guess it makes sense as an independent that if you have a story that you want to tell, you find yourself, wearing all the hats. So I'm sure amongst us here, not only were we writers, directors, we were producing, some were editing their films, and I think that's the nature of independent film, is that you have to multitask. With regards to what we want to do with the film, ours is sort of, it's ending the festival circuit right now because we did it for a year and a half, I think. We premiered at TIFF last year, and we're coming to the end of it. And what we've done is we've used it as a calling card so that we can try to raise funds for our feature films that we've got in development. So, and that's it. It has opened us up to, usually on the continent we end up working a lot with European production companies and producers and co-producers. I've wanted, first of all, I think it's important that they be a link between, in particular, African American filmmakers and I think South African filmmakers, because our histories and our stories are so similar, and that's what I'm looking to do. So that's part of what we'd like this film to do, and I think we've sort of managed it. Just its screening at Urbanworld is, first of all, amazing because of the kind of films, the range of films, and unfortunately, none of us are there to actually participate, because that's where you make the connections. That's where you meet. There's a meeting of minds, and hopefully, collaborations will come from that. I think Kat and the team have put together some amazing ancillary events. So it's not just about the films, it's about making sure that the filmmakers connect. And yeah, next time I hope to be there, Kat.
I hope you're with us next time too. That goes out to everybody. Come next year.
I can also chime in. So my short I shot in India. I've actually written a feature that's based on the short. And so in the ideal scenario, people would see the short and want to see the feature version made. So fingers crossed for Urbanworld.
So, doing.
What's the next step for you guys?
Urbanworld.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What's the next step for you guys as far as your careers as producers and directors?
Me, it's my first feature film, and all the crew, it's for everybody, it was the first experience. So we were not expecting the public, the audience, we were just enjoying, create by our own improvisation, because the film is, all the lines are improvised, so it was an artistic challenge. And we are hopefully had been selected at Cannes Film Festival, the big French festival. So it was like a dream. So now it's all a gift of selections, but the most important it was to express something we don't see in the French cinema, come from the French ghetto, to show another aspect of our reality. So, and we are sure people will follow us in this way, in France and everywhere, I hope.
I'm gonna go, Kat. I'm gonna answer the question, and then I also have to go. Unfortunately, it's 9 o'clock in the evening here, and I've got my business partners waiting for me that side. Just quickly about what we're doing. We have a production company, and I know Benga was asking, about the industries and how developed they are in all over. And South Africa is pretty developed. That we have a very, a large and thriving television industry, but it doesn't necessarily mean we're producing, great work or great films. But it does mean that we are working. And so we've got a couple of documentaries in development. We've got a couple of features that we're, trying to get funding for. We've got Hubert Ball's Foundation that is helping us. For this feature, we were working with Africa. I mean, this short that you're screening, we worked with Africa First and Focus Features. So we've got a lot happening, but we're also looking to work with a lot of partners. So a lot of things going, but still need to be collaborating with other people. And so that's really what we'd like to do, because it's our only way forward. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. I agree.
Yes.
Collaboration is going to be the keys to global success.
So great meeting everybody. Enjoy the festival. Good luck for the festival, Kat. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you all
Bye.
for joining us. I think we have one person who might be coming in a little bit later, and I'll make sure to keep the conversation going. So if anyone wants to stick around, please do.
Cool. I have to get going myself.
I understand. We're taking the term hangout to the next level. This is really a virtual hangout. Pop in and out as you can.
Okay. Are either of you coming to? Are you guys coming to Urban World?
Yeah, I am. I'm actually headed up on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't make it, unfortunately.
Pascal, are you coming?
I think Pascal said he was coming.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah, I think him. Yeah.
I'm gonna head out right now to get going. But it was great meeting you guys, and I hope to meet you all
We will
quite soon.
Thank you. Thanks for hosting today.
You're welcome, guys. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And ladies. Bye.
It's gender neutral. Take care. So we have a packed schedule, and everything is looking great for Urban World. We're looking forward to putting as much of it online as possible. So Pooja, you'll be able to keep track online. We're going to have community screenings that happened on Sunday. Pooja, your film is actually included in one of those community screenings. We're going to have nightlife activities. These are for the two filmmakers who will be joining us. We're going to have events in the evening that include live musical performances on Friday night and Saturday night. You can find more information about that on our website right now. And we kick off on Wednesday with Urban World Digital, which includes panel discussions and engaging interactive sessions around crowdfunding and other aspects of filmmaking. So it may be good to spread the word, make sure people in the filmmaking community who are just starting have a sense that if they're in New York, they should come out because there's opportunities to learn and network.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, thank you both for joining us. I was hoping that we might be able to catch Jeff, but he hasn't been able to join us just yet. These dialogues are going to continue. Don't be surprised if you see another invitation for another conversation that will surround innovation, filmmaking, and your process for just getting things done. These are success stories of how to get a film created and get it in front of audiences, and we want to share that success.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.